Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade. For those of you new here, if you're not new here, then hi, how are you? I hope you've been well. This is the third and final episode or video. I just said episode. This isn't a series, Jade. You're not like a Netflix show. This is the third video in my 3-part Instagram algorithm series. What I'm about to say is very important. You need to watch parts 1 and parts 2 before you watch this video. I'm not just saying that so that you watch more of my content, although I would love it if you did do that. I'm saying it because this video will not make sense if you've not watched those parts, especially part 1. Like it's gonna be like I'm speaking a different language, okay? So I really need you to go and watch part 1 first. So I'm assuming that by this point, everyone who hadn't watched part 1 and part 2 have now watched it. So hi, let's get to the video. In this one, I'm gonna be breaking down my top tactics for leveraging Instagram's algorithms. Okay, so as you already know, Instagram has multiple algorithms. They've got algorithms which power their feed, their stories, their reels, their explore page. They're all different and the algorithms work in different ways. So how I'm gonna structure this video is by breaking down the 4 core algorithms and actually giving you specific tactics for how you can leverage those 4 algorithms, okay? So let's start off with the first kind of primary algorithm, which is the feed algorithm. So this is the algorithm, oh my God, Jade, you just said algorithm so many times. This is the algorithm which decides what content people see on their home feed. So from your perspective, this is the algorithm which decides how high up or whether your content appears on the home feeds of people who follow you, okay? So you'll remember that the core signals which power this algorithm are all designed to figure out whether or not you have a friendship or a relationship with the people who follow you, right? If Instagram thinks that you have a friendship or relationship with your followers, it's a lot more likely that your content is going to appear super highly on those people's home feeds. So in order to ensure that you are leveraging the algorithm which powers the home feed, you need to make sure that you are driving good engagement, right? Because that is one of the core signals that that algorithm is looking for. You want to make sure that you are receiving as many comments, DMs, story interactions, all of that good stuff as possible. And how do you do that? Well, the first way you do that is you create content that people actually want to engage with. That's number 1. But also you ask for engagement. So you have call to actions in your captions, what say something like comment below, share this with someone who'd find it interesting, etc. But also one of the most powerful ways to tell the algorithm that you have a relationship with people is to send DMs to people. Now, obviously this can't be done en masse. I totally get that. And also there are so many things to consider when you start DMing your audience. Like no one likes to get a spammy DM, right? I could talk about a DM strategy for years, but I will say that is something that's usually reserved for like my membership and my programs. But what you need to know is that the more people who DM you and you respond to, the higher the chances that your content appears on their home feed. So basically when people DM you, respond, right? When you see a story that you love from someone, DM them. Like respond to that story with a message. It doesn't matter if they respond to you or not. You've already sent the algorithm a signal that you might have a relationship with that person. So let's talk about stories. Now, your stories are actually powered by the same algorithm which powers the home feed, right? So this is the algorithm which values relationships over anything else. So with that in mind, in order for you to ensure that your stories are appearing like fairly highly or like, you know, you're one of the first stories will appear on people's home feeds, you need to make sure that you're sending the right signals to Instagram's algorithm, which tells them that you have a relationship with your followers. So to do this with stories, you want to focus on things like interactive stickers, like the poll, the quiz, the Q&A box, etc. You want to encourage people to hit the little love heart button on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You want to use that new interactive sticker where you could just add an emoji. I'll put an example here and people could just tap it. You want to give people a reason to tap it. Or you want to tell people like, hey, if you agree with whatever I'm saying in this story, respond with a DM, right? Because again, we know that DMs are one of the strongest signals when it comes to this algorithm. So those are some things that you can explore doing when it comes to using stories and really leveraging the stories algorithm. So let's talk about Reels. The algorithm which powers Reels is actually trying its best to show new content to people, but also show content that people will find entertaining, okay? So when it comes to leveraging the Reels algorithm, you really want to focus on the quality of your content. You'll probably notice that when you're browsing browsing through Reels, like when you're just kind of searching through them and you're seeing content from loads of people who you don't follow already, you'll probably notice that first of all the Reels are about a similar thing, but also the Reels that you're seeing are pretty high quality, right? Instagram will value high quality Reels, which are super entertaining, over anything else. And how they know that your Reel is high quality and entertaining is actually quite complex. I couldn't possibly explain all of it in this one video, but think about things like, is your video quality high? Is it taking up most of the screen? Are people watching your Reel on repeat? That kind of stuff. Last but certainly not least, there is the Explore page and the very special algorithm which powers the Explore page. Now, this algorithm is special because it values newness over anything else. Is newness a word? I don't know. Basically, the Explore page algorithm is trying to share content which is new to people. So when you go on your Instagram and you go on the Explore page, you're going to see a bunch of content which you've never seen before or is by a creator who you don't currently follow. Now, this algorithm is complex like the rest of them, but one of the main ways to leverage this algorithm is to focus on your keywords and your kind of search tactics. And if you don't know what Instagram search is yet, I'll link to a video up here where I give you the basics. But essentially what you need to know is when the Explore page algorithm is trying to figure out whether your content is going to appear on the Explore page, what it's really focusing on is what is your content about, and therefore who is going to want to see it on their Explore page. They're trying to pair up you with the potential viewer or with your audience. So the more information you can give Instagram about what your content is about, the easier it's going to be for you to really take advantage of that algorithm. So using keywords in your captions, in your profile name, all of that good stuff. Again, I go into detail all about that in the video that I previously linked, but those are really the key things what are going to help you leverage the Explore page algorithm. Okay, so that is it for today's video, but that's also it for my 3-part series. If you love content like this where I really dive deep and basically start speaking another language, then I really recommend checking out my programs and my services, because that is the level of detail that I get into with my clients and the members of my membership club on a very regular basis. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me throughout this series. If you feel like hanging around and watching even more of my content, I would love you for that. Then I really recommend checking out this video. It's all about an engagement strategy that you can literally just copy and paste that will help you increase your engagement on Instagram. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you in my next video.